Pictures just into the newsroom about a few hours ago. This is what downtown Elk River looked like as snow fell while you were sleeping. It may not last long though. Warmer temperatures are on the way, meaning all of that's going to melt away and just leave behind a wet mess.
Way to be a Debbie Downer. Everyone's like, finally,
I'm just
snow.
Trying to be realistic, everyone.
It's honesty, John, which is what we need here on Sunrise.
I know. I've lived all across the country too. Like this amount of snow here in Minnesota in January, we won't even talk about. It was like, it's Tuesday. But if this happened down in like Charlotte, it'd be like panic, you know. So you're probably fine this morning. 31 degrees out there right now. We've got a few flurries. Most of this with the temperatures around 32 has cleared, especially those main roads are looking good. The only spots that I'm seeing any issues with are right here. Faribault, Cannon Falls, Red Wing, Lake City. I would say the rural spots, just brush off your car. And just the roads, I was going about, this was a while ago when the roads were a lot worse. On a highway, Minnesota highway, I was going about 50 in a 60, so a little extra time. But you could see, it looks like most of this is starting to clear. Here's what it looks like today. Getting some sunshine in 35. This will all be gone. I bet you we even dry out. We'll take a look at how warm I'm expecting it in your full forecast.
John, thank you. Yeah, we're sitting at the freezing point. So roads are fine. We don't have any big crashes here that I've been tracking to slow you down. A lot of green on our metro map. Highway 212, this is down in Eden Prairie in the southwest metro. You can see on the grassy bits, the snow is still covered there. Roads just wet. This is, again, 212 at Mitchell Road. One more check of the map. You can check your own route, but drive times here are average.
In 7 hours here, the Minneapolis City Council will take up one last amendment to the 2024 budget.
Yeah, it's really gone through a lot of back and forth, but this is the final piece of the $1.8 billion puzzle. Budget committee members are set to vote on the last amendment at 1 this afternoon and vote on the entire budget just after 6 o'clock tonight. The mayor actually introduced his proposed budget in August, covering several areas, including public safety. But so far, budget members have agreed on funding for 731 sworn officers, which is the amount required by the city's charter, as well as $3 million for unarmed safety ambassadors who serve 7 cultural districts. They also set aside funding to expand the city's behavioral crisis response teams and more money to pay and recruit 911 dispatchers.
Also creating an interim safety center for people in the 3rd Precinct to file police reports and get information. Also $16 million related to the state court settlement and federal consent decree to change police department culture. As for revenue, the city reports the proposed 2024 budget revenue is 15% higher than this year's and says that's largely due to more local government aid, new revenue sources, and increased downtown economic activity. We're going to have more key points coming up in our next half hour.
Yeah, and over in St. Paul at 6 tonight, the City Council will have a final hearing on the proposed 2024 budget and tax levy. Mayor Melvin Carter's $820 million budget includes a small property tax increase, plans to buy medical debt for city residents, and a sales tax hike. A final vote is expected this month.
Starting today, convicted murderer Ryan Rooney will start serving a life sentence in prison. This all comes after an emotional day in court.
This crime has affected me emotionally. For me, Samantha was my only child. I'll never get a chance to see her become the woman I knew she could be.
A judge sentenced Rooney to life with a possibility of release in 30 years for the killing of his wife Samantha Bashi at an Eden Prairie hotel in 2021. 2 of her 3 children were in the room when it happened. Several of Samantha's family members, including her mom and dad, told the court what an incredible loss they've suffered. Her 6-year-old son addressed the judge, saying he'll love his mom forever.
In the last few hours, we've learned new details about the man who died at a state park near Mankato. Police identified the 19-year-old victim as Jack Robert Loso of Robbinsdale. He was visiting Minneopa State Park Saturday with his family when he got trapped in what's being called a landslide. It happened in the park's fall area, which is a major attraction at Minneopa. Police are still investigating exactly what happened, and as they investigate, the trail to the base of Minneopa Falls is closed.
At 7 tonight, 4 candidates will take to the stage for the 4th GOP presidential primary debate. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie will all face off in Alabama. The debate is being hosted by News Nation and 3 conservative organizations. Former President Donald Trump, the GOP frontrunner, says he will skip the event. We are now 6 weeks away, by the way, from the Iowa caucuses.
Right now, Minnesota is looking to hire top regulators for both its medical and recreational marijuana industries. This comes after the state's medical cannabis director resigned this week. Chris Stolks says that she's leaving her post and taking a job as the director of health operations in Minneapolis. She's been in the role since 2019. The state also needs to find a permanent director for the new Office of Cannabis Management after first pick Erin Dupree resigned because of reports alleging she sold illegal products at her hemp store.
If you went to the University of Minnesota in spring of 2020, check your bank account. About 54,000 students from that time are getting refund checks. A judge approved a $3 million settlement after a lawsuit claimed the school didn't refund enough money to students when the pandemic closed campus. Each of those eligible students will get about $40.
This morning, another Twin Cities brewery is closing its doors. Lakes and Legends announced on social media it's closing its tap room by the end of the year. The Loring Park-based brewery didn't say why, but thanked everyone for, quote, joining the adventure the past 8 years. They say there's a month of celebrations planned, including a going out in style party happening this Saturday.
Well, it's pretty warm out there right now, all things considered. You know how it can get here in Minnesota, and you know how brutally cold those winters can be. That's why in Ramsey County, warming centers for the homeless are now open. These centers are in the St. Paul Opportunity Center and Central Baptist Church. They're open every night at 6 and stay open through the next morning. Those warming centers will be available through the end of March.
Major award for a Washington County Sheriff's deputy who put his own safety in jeopardy to save another man's life. Deputy Charles Majewski jumped into action on June 17th after a wrong-way driver in a pickup truck hit a road on top of a construction barrier, eventually hitting a semi. The pickup was completely engulfed in flames, and Majewski says that driver died. But as the flames spread, the deputy was able to wake up the driver of the semi, who was alive but unconscious, and pulled him out to safety. The 20-year law enforcement veteran says he was simply in the right place at the right time.
I was put there by God for a reason, and having that knowledge is the best way to go, and having the skill set and the training to just pull that guy out was all an act of God.
Deputy Majewski received the life-saving award from the Minnesota Sheriff's Association. He says he's humbled by the award and believes his co-workers and others in law enforcement, quote, would have done the exact same thing.
Well, it's never too early to look ahead to spring and baseball season. After an amazing run in the playoffs, Twins fans hoping for season tickets this holiday season are in luck. Starting this week, tickets go on sale for spring training, single home games, and the entire regular 2024 season. Those sales open tomorrow at 10 a.m.
All right, 6:08 on your Tuesday. We are live in Shakopee this morning, checking out Seavers Holiday Lights Show. Whole lot of penguins right there. Very
those
cute.
are cute.
It's a 1.9-mile course with 2.5 million twinkling lights. It's open 7 days a week until December 31st. And I think they have, what, $10 Tuesdays?
$10 Tuesdays.
Which is a steal for families. So load up the minivan. Bring the whole family, John.
And is